I wasn't going to make any more videos unless I was outside someplace, and I'm on my way out. But my new focus seems to be very responsible for what it is that I create out into the universe. And that's what we're all doing, is we sort of have to be aware that we're creating everything, that things aren't being done to us, we're actually creating it. And frankly, I want the system to crash because it ain't working. Pretty sure everybody that's suffered for the past 1,000 years has been wanting this whole system to collapse because it's not working. Want to have a different path, so it's a gradual transformation into something that would work, but nobody apparently wants to listen. And that is something that I put out into the world. Nobody wants to listen, so then I create that experience and nobody's listening. So it does appear that I need to start saying, hey, everybody's awake, everybody's listening, everybody's really figuring it out, everybody's being the solution to the problems. I mean, the more I declare out in my world what's going to happen, the more I create it. Now, it's a really, really wild thought, and how do you wrap your brain around being actually responsible and accountable for the world you live in? Hell is only created when you're not responsible or accountable for your actions, but we'll make everybody else be responsible and accountable for their actions, but no, not you, dare you. And it's just, let's have the conversation. Who's right, who's wrong? And so I'm going to try and prove my point constantly, and I'm going to say something's going to come out into my universe and sort of helps me prove my point. And today that's why I'm doing it here, because I won't know the channels, the links, talking about it on a freaking beach when it's right here in front of me. So I really want to link the conversation because it's like, okay, there's one subscriber that I listen to who is listening to this other guy, who's listening to this other guy, and then there's another guy's conversation. So it's like, oh, I had to go back deep into this conversation. There is a path that started this whole conversation. I wouldn't be having this conversation unless somebody first inspired it, which everything is causal. Every single thing, every thought you have, there's something that caused you to have the thought. And generally, it'll be on the belief, and generally, it'd be about what interests you the most. For me, I like to be interested now that, do words actually affect other people, and where's the responsibility? Can you just say whatever the hell you want to say into the universe and think it has no effect whatsoever on your world? And funny, this conversation just comes up. And so I'm going to put a link. First of all, it went to this guy that I listened to, Kazuki. I will never, ever in a million years be able to pronounce whatever name you've got going on. But I'm going to put a link to his video, and which started this, grabbed my interest about this Jones character who's burning a Quran that a bunch of people died from, and really interesting of who the people warned this Pastor Jones guy. Said, don't do that, you're going to offend people, people will die and get hurt. And it's like, Clinton actually warned them. Clinton, people were actually saying don't do something that'll piss somebody off because many people may die if you do that. Seems to me these people sort of want everybody dead, so I don't know why they would sort of say don't do that, but I found that really interesting. I'll give you links to the whole conversation, or you can find the path yourself, but this is where it first started. There's one guy that's really, really funny. Cole, he's probably the last guy, but it's almost like, did you start the conversation? I should have looked at the dates of who's doing what to who. But yeah, I'm pretty sure that I've sub this guy before. Cowlin 000, right at the end of this video that is linked there, he's talking about this Jones character. The whole guy's tape video, I gotta a chuckle out of it. He's a pretty good guy. Makes I got a good chuckle out of it, and it was really well worth listening to. But it was only at the very end that I was looking for his story about this Jones guy and what his beliefs were. And yeah, we really do have to put it out there in the world, because it's like what we do is we tape record everybody to be who we want them to be. So it's like there's going to be people in the world right now that says, you burn a Quran, kill them. You know, so somebody actually put a tape recorder and push play and said, whenever you see somebody burning a Quran, kill them. And then push stop, and then you put that tape recording inside somebody, and you say play and repeat. You know, so this guy is totally addicted. That's all he hears all of his life, every single minute of his day. Anytime you see somebody burning a Bible, kill them. Anytime, kill them. Anytime, kill them. You know, they also have, you know, tape record the saying that anytime you see a girl in a short skirt, rape them. You know, like, some people really do have these tape recordings going on in their mind that, you know, if you see somebody that's addicted to cigarettes or addicted to crack or addicted to anything and they can't seem to stop that really heavy duty addiction. I mean, there's some really wealthy people that are totally addicted to money and stuff, thinking that they're going to get some happiness or something from having all that stuff, that they're the better human beings with all that stuff. Like, everything that everybody's getting exactly what they want from their addictions. They're highly addicted to it, and you try and tell them to stop. You know, oh, funny thing is, they can't just stop. There's something really going on there that, oh no, it just has to be a drug that we will learn to accept. That, no, that's a really hard thing to give up. Try giving up your freaking coffee. You know, some of the addictions are powerful. You cannot stop those addicted thoughts, and it don't matter whether it's a drug. Cigarettes, they say, is worse than heroin. I mean, heroin, crack. I mean, we only have these concepts in our minds that only these things are hard to stop. No, everything that makes you addicted to crack is exactly the same thing that makes you addicted to having this belief that says every time you see a short skirt, you rape them. It's a belief. And a belief that creates a chemical experience in your mind, that chemical experience takes over you. You're more taken over when somebody pisses you off. You are out of your control when you get pissed off. So as soon as you put something out into your world that you know you're going to piss somebody off, trust all of their belief systems of what you do to survive when you get pissed off is what they're going to do. That's what I'm kind of saying, is like, you need to be the love. I mean, love will not solve all the problems, but at least love will keep everybody a little calm to say, should we really be addicted to the things that we're addicted to? I mean, should we really be listening to any type of religious book if it all seems to get us really pissed off and out of control and not really be responsible or accountable for what it is that we're doing? You know, like, yes, when you get to be very, very public and have an opinion that you put out into your world, know that you're push and play, making a tape recorder, people are there going to believe it and going to fulfill whatever it is you put out into the world. So you do have to have a sense of responsibility and accountability when you come up to the stage. If you are unaware of all of the pain and the shit that's out there, then maybe you shouldn't be talking. But you know what? How are we going to find out unless, you know, somebody goes out and says something really big and stupid, and then we find how causal it is, and then we find out, oh yeah, if this guy didn't say it, then the chain reaction of the events wouldn't have taken place. How would we know that unless we made the mistake first? You know, but know this, that when you go and put yourself out there, you're making yourself a target. So it's the ones that are willing to be the target, to say, this is what I believe to be true. If you disagree with it, I'd love to hear about it. But there's going to be people that it pisses off, you know, because first of all, these channels that I was listening to, one guy gets kicked off all the time for, I don't know why, but I guess YouTube kicks him off all the time. Curses and swearing, and it's like, man, do I feel comfortable in that room, because it's like, I feel like cursing and fucking swearing all the time. Know that that's not the positive, peaceful experience, but it does make me feel more at one. I'm on the same page with a lot more people that are, you know, experiencing the same shit I'm experiencing, because it makes you mad as fucking hell, and won't people listen? And you know, the only way that you're in tune with the vibration of everything that's friggin' wrong is if you're friggin' swearing. So I can really, really relate to people that are swearing, and I feel more comfortable in your room than in, you know, the Jesus, be the peace, you know, meditate, hum, you know, those people I just don't relate to, because it's like, just be the peace has never ever solved any problem. It's you know, be the peace means they got their nice little house and they're eating their nice little meals and they're doing fine in their lives, and they're unaware of the hell that's going on in their world. And that's because the way they get their nice big house and the way they get their nice peaceful life is at the harm of somebody else that they can't even see that they created. But they can sit there and say, just be the peace, and everything is just peaceful. It's like, question yourself why you would be the love in a world that you can't even recognize as going down the tubes, you know, and sort of see where your connection is to that. That's where I think, and I'm gonna paint the picture of what I see is going to happen, is you're gonna see your connections, and you're gonna see that, oops, shouldn't have said that because I'm creating that. It is a matter of, what is it you really want to believe? Do you want to believe this is true of whatever it is you're going to put out there? Because, yeah, you can believe this isn't true or not true, but test it out and go and call somebody stupid and see if you turn them into a stupid person. You know, it may take 10 years to call somebody stupid, put them in a room so the only thing they actually hear is you're stupid, you're stupid, you're stupid. And then, you know, when they're just in that tunnel vision of only hearing how stupid they are, put them out into the world and see how smart they are. Chances are they're going to perceive themselves to be stupid, that no matter where they go, they'll just say, I don't know, I'm stupid. You know, they may be brilliant, but they'll never know they're brilliant, because nobody told them that they're brilliant. So, what you put out into the world, it's like, yeah, debate that one, you know. So, it is a matter of what you want to believe. If you don't want to believe that you have a responsibility and accountability for the words, the stories you put out there, the beliefs you put out there don't create shit, prove it to me. I'd love to hear how that ain't true. But any aspect of your conversation that you can do it is, you're just going to keep giving me more things you believe in, which I'm going to be like, well, why would you want to believe that? How does that make you powerful? You know, to sit there with the friggin' target on your back. This one guy, which was a link that says, no, ultimately you are the one that actually picks up the gun and shoots, is the only one that's responsible. And it's like, no, as soon as you know that somebody's, you know, this is my reaction, as soon as this happens, I pick up a gun and I shoot, you know that. You're the one that knows. There's dumb fucks in the world that have been programmed to do exactly that, and you just say, okay, now do it, and think that you're not responsible or accountable for it, and say, that's like saying, okay, you're the one that's going to put the short skirt on and walk down that street and think you ain't going to get raped. You know, you're the one that will put the target on your back. You're the one that will be like women who get into abusive marriages, you know, like me, who say, this is dead wrong, they shouldn't do it, and I have the right to do whatever I want to do. And you are not allowed to kill me. Well, when they kill you and you're dead, it's like, how wrong are you? You know, like, yeah, they are ultimately the ones that are responsible, but you ultimately are the one that was responsible and proven dead wrong, stronger than the guy that picked up the gun, because you're dead. Like, what's the point? You know, like, how right do you want to be about what it is you want to believe in if in the end it kills you? So it's like, at the end of the day, it's like, you can be right no matter how wrong you are, but you're dead. Peace out.